Hello friends, now I am going to explain the concept compound interest. Generally, in our day to day life, we provide either products or services to others for a consideration. If the nature of service is changed, the name of the consideration is also changed. The name of the consideration depends on the nature of the service we provide. If you are providing your services to an employer, you get consideration in the name of salary. If you provide your house to a tenant for a consideration, the name of the consideration is called rent. If you provide your money to others, that means if you lend your money to others for a consideration, that consideration is called interest. In this manner, depending on the nature of the service we provide to others, the name of the consideration is changed. Now, in our present context, we are focusing on interest. Interest is calculated in two methods. The first method is simple interest calculation method, and the second method is compound interest calculation method. In the simple interest calculation method, always we calculate interest only on principal amount, and interest is not calculated on interest accrued. But in compound interest calculation method, interest is calculated not only on principal but also on the accrued interest. For this purpose, at the time of loan, the debtor and creditor agree upon a unit period. The unit period may be 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, or 12 months, and they first agree upon. For that period, they treat as a unit period and calculate interest, and at the end of the unit period, whatever is the amount will be principal for the next unit period. In order to understand this concept clearly, you have to consider this example. Now, P is equal to rupees 1000, T is equal to 1 year, that you can take as 12 months, R is equal to 12%, and if it is simple interest and all that, there is no question of unit period. Simply how you calculate interest? PTR by 100, 1000 into 1 into 12 by 100, then it comes 120. Very, very simple. In the previous section, we discussed this method, simple interest calculation method, and other intricacies involved in that. Here, in compound interest, unit period plays a vital role. As I told you, unit period is determined with the agreement of the lender and borrower at the time of loan. Now, let us take this case. P is 1000, T is 1 year, R is 12% per annum, unit period 3 months. Now, if you understand this one, you can understand what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest calculation methods. Now, first unit period, that is, you know that it is 3 months, that is 1, 2, 3. Now, principal is 1000, and we are calculating for 3 months, we are calculating calculating interest, that is 12%, and here as it is 3 months, 3 by 12 by 100. Actually, we have used a simple interest formula only. Here 30 rupees is the interest, and amount will be 1000 plus 30, 1030 rupees. Okay. Now, here you have to understand this point. At the end of first unit period, the amount is 1030 rupees, and this will be the principal amount for the second unit period, that is for the 4th, 5th and 6th months. Second unit period is 3 months, those are 4th, 5th and 6th months, and now this is 1030 is the principal amount. Principal, and this is up to 6 months, and now you see 1030, here 1000, here 1030, 12, same thing, by 100. Now interest will be 30 rupees 90 paise, and amount will be now 1030 plus 30 rupees 90 paise, 1060 90 paise. Okay. Now at the end of second unit period, this is the amount, and this will be the principal for third unit period. Third unit period consists of 7th month, 8th month and 9th month. Third unit period up to 9th month. Now you see 1060 rupees 90 paise time 12 months, rate 12%, and 3 by 12, 3 months, and by 100, this is 31 rupees 83 paise, 31 rupees 83 rupees, then amount is 1092.73 paise. Now this will be the principal for the fourth unit period, consist of 10th, 11th and 12th months, 3 months. Now 1092.73, and same formula 12% for 3 months, and now 32 rupees 78 paise, and now the amount will be 1125.51 paise. That is, now we have to calculate CI. Then what we are doing, we have to deduct 1125.51 paise minus 1000, then compound interest is 125 rupees 51 paise. And for the same this thing, simple for 1 year, simple interest you calculate, that is P 1000 rupees, T 1 year, R 12%, PTR by 100, 120. By this, what you can understand, by simple interest, we calculated interest only on principal. That's why it is 120 rupees. Whereas in a compound interest, we are always calculating interest not only on a principal, but also on the accrued interest of the unit period. That's why here how much extra has come. This is simple interest. According to simple interest calculation, the interest is 120 rupees. According to compound interest calculation, it is 125 rupees 51 paise. The difference is 5 rupees 51 paise. This is the main difference. First, before understanding formula, other calculations and all that, first you have to understand concept. What is the real difference between simple interest and compound interest? What is the underlying concept in compound interest also? If you have interest, you can learn. Suppose you lent 1 lakh rupees to somebody at 3 rupees interest per month. Then 1 lakh rupees you are lending. So at end of this month, how much you get? You get 3000 rupees interest. If he pays that 3000 rupees to you, the 3000 rupees you can give it to some other borrower, you lend it. By that, how much you are getting? On 3000 at rupees 3, then you are getting 3%, you are getting 90 rupees. That is the thing. So if you receive the interest timely, then you can lend it and you can earn interest on that. That is the basic concept, underlying concept under compound interest. First, you understand the main difference between simple interest and compound interest. Why we sometimes go by compound interest method. Here unit period is the core. Unit period, here 3 months are specified. Sometimes it may be 1 month, sometimes it may be 6 months, and sometimes it is 1 year. If no unit period is mentioned in any of your problem, then you take it as 12 months. Nothing wrong. If specifically tell, you should follow that, and according to that you have to perform calculations. So this knowledge is a prerequisite before understanding other formula. Now I will explain you the formula for compound interest. Actually, in simple interest calculation, the formula is simple interest is equal to PTR by 100, P into T into R by 100. Very simple formula, anybody can understand. But compound interest formula is not so easy, and here the formula, basic formula is for amount. If you want to calculate CA and all that, what you have to do? Then amount minus principal, that you have to make. Now first understand the formula. Actually, in different books you can find different formula. I feel that it is not so understandable. That's why I reorganized the formula in different fashion. Nobody changed the formula, but only thing is here the names I have changed, and which you can understand them easily. Now amount is equal to P into 1 plus R, lowercase r, by 100. Now uppercase R I am using for rate of interest per annum. Lowercase r, it is adjusted one, I will explain. This is time in years, and n. This also mainly I have to focus on R and n. Then if you understand and all, simply substitute and get it. And what is n? What is n? 12 by number of months in the unit period. Number of months in the unit period. R is equal to rate percentage. Rate percentage we are taking for annum, adjusted for the unit period. Simple thing. N is equal to 12 by months in the unit period. R is equal to rate percentage, which is given for a year, is adjusted for the unit period. Suppose 12% is per annum. So unit period is 1 year, then 12%. Unit period is 6 months, then it should be of 6%. Unit period is 3 months, then it will be 3%. In that way, we have to adjust it. So for the sake of clear identification, I used lowercase r. Here n is actually this is the 12. 12 represents the months in the year, number of months in a unit period. We are dividing it. Suppose unit period is 12 months, 12 by 10, 12 by 12, there n is equal to 1. Unit period now is 6 months, 12 by 6, n is equal to 2. Unit period is 3 months, 12 by 3, 4. Now with reference to this example, you can better understand the concept. Now P is equal to 1000, R is equal to 12%, T is equal to 12 months, 1 year. Now just 3 variants we see. Unit period is 12 months, then n is equal to 12 by 12 is equal to 1, n is equal to 1. Then R by n, 12 by 1, 12. So here in this formula, R and n we have to substitute and calculate. Unit period is 6 months. Now you see n is equal to 12 by months in the unit, 12 by 6, 2 units are there. Here simple thing, per year only unit period is 12 months, only 1 unit is there. Suppose in a year, unit period is 6 months, how many units will be there? 2 units will be there. And next unit period is 3 months, then how many units will be there in the year? 12 by 3, 4. And this one R is adjusted rate. Actually we have taken rate for 12 months. Now unit period is smaller, Unit period is 12 months, okay, 12%. Unit period is 6 months, it should be discounted, then 12 by 2, 6. Unit period is 3 months, it should be discounted, 12 by 3, 4. In this way, first you must understand the real meaning of N and R and simply substitute in that, and you can get the result. So, this formula is not so much easy like simple interest formula, and here we are calculating amount. So, then if you want simple interest is equal to amount calculated like this, amount minus P. Then this point you must focus, this is the only intricacy in that. If you are able to understand N and R, you can easily tackle this issue, whatever may be the intricacy in the problem. Now, I will take up the 3 and explain, give you 3 examples. By that, you can have a clear idea about the calculation of compound interest. Now, in order to crystallize our knowledge, let us consider some examples. Now, example number 1, amount is equal to, you know that already explained, amount is equal to P into 1 plus small r by 100 T into N. So, what information is given in the problem? P is 1000 rupees, time 2 years, R rate of interest per annum 12%, unit period here 12 months, unit period 12 months. Now, what you have to calculate, these two are new things to you, one is N, other one is R. N, this is 12 and months in the unit. Here months in the unit period is 12 months, 1 year. So, then 12 by 12 comes 1. Next, rate of interest should be adjusted for the unit period. So, rate per annum, you know that 12% and by N, this is 12% for the unit period and per year it is same 12%. So, now all the 5 figures we got. Now, let us substitute in the problem in the formula, that is 1000, 1. Now, what is N? N is 1, R is 12. So, 12 by 100, here T, here T is 2 years into N, N is 1. So, ultimately 1000, this is 112 by 100, this is twice 112 by 100. Then, if you calculate these, you can get 1254 rupees 40 paise. Amount is 1254 40 paise. Now, this is the thing, only two things are different. You have to calculate N. Again, N is equal to 1. N is 12 by, always the 12 represents the months in a year and months in the unit. Here in the months in the unit period is 12 months, 12 by 12, 1. And thereafter R, rate in simple interest we are simply taking per annum. Here it should be adjusted for the unit period. Fortunately, in this case unit period is 1 year. So, 12 by 1 is 12%. The two things you understand, then substitute in the formula, then for 2 years the amount is 1254 40 paise, and if you want to calculate simple interest only, 1254 40 paise minus 1000, then 254 rupees 40 paise is the interest element, compound interest element. Now, you can cross verify like this also in this table. P 1000 or 12% time 1 year, first year, and then it is calculated to 1220, 1120, and this will become the principal for the second unit period or the second year. Then you calculate that you got 1254 rupees 40 paise. So, in this way, uh, focus on these two elements and try to understand the concept. Do not go mechanically. Simply by hearting you cannot get anything. So, understand why we are doing, what is the concept you understand. Conceptually you understand the formula, and wherever it is required you can apply and get the result. Example number 2. In this example, I have made small changes. The principle is same. Time I made as 1 year, in the previous program 2 years. Now rate is same, and unit period 6 months. Previous program 1 year. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate N and R. N means how many unit periods are there within 12 months. That is the thing. Now 12 months in unit 6. So N is equal to 2. N is equal to 2, and R. R is nothing but a revised rate of interest percentage for the unit period. For the unit period, originally R is 12, and by N, then this is 6%. 6% for the unit period. Okay. Now we have to substitute. Now we got N's value and we got R's value also. Now let us substitute in the formula, that is P. Here P is equal to 1001 plus R 100. Now T is equal to 1 year and N is equal to 2. So this is 1000 into, this is 106 by 100, this is square. So twice 106 by 100, then it amounts to 1123 rupees 60 paise. 1123 rupees 60 paise. And if you want to know the compound interest element alone, then 1123 rupees 60 paise minus 1000 is equal to 123 rupees 60 paise. This is the thing. So in this manner we have to calculate interest. Here main thing is to understand the meaning of that. N represents how many units are there in 12 months. Simple thing. 12 by months in the unit. And the second one is a revised rate of interest for the unit period. That you substitute, you can get that. You get the amount. In simple interest, we are getting interest directly by formula. Simple interest is equal to PTR by 100. But here we are getting amount, and if you have to calculate compound interest, only interest element, what you have to do? Ci is equal to A minus P. This is the formula. Now let us see the example number 3. Here all the information is same as second example, except one change, that is unit period I have taken as 3 months. Now principal 1000 rupees, time 1 year, rate of interest 12% per annum, unit period 3 months. Then we have to calculate N and R with reference to the unit period 3 months. So, how many unit periods are there within 12 months? How many unit periods are there in 12 months? That is 4, 12 by 3. 4 unit periods are there within 12 months, N is equal to 4. Next, rate should be adjusted for 3 months. Then original rate is 12%. Then by 4, then this is 3 months. For a unit period, it is 3 months. So take it as 3. Now let us substitute in the above formula. Amount is equal to P 1000 into 1 plus. Now you take the revised rate 3 by 100. Here T is equal to 1 year. This is T is equal to 1 and N is equal to 4. So it comes 1000, 103 by 100 to the power of 4. So 103 by 100, 103 by 100 into 103 by 100. Then as a result of that, if you perform the calculation, then 1125 rupees 50 paise get as the amount. So what is the interest element, compound interest element in the amount? 1125 50 paise minus 1000, then 125 paise, 125 rupees 50 paise. So in this manner we have to calculate, and you just focus on the 3 programs, 3 examples, 1, 2, 3. Then you can understand the real meaning of this. That is very essential. Once you understand that, substituting in the formula and calculation is not a big issue. You can definitely perform it. Now, example number 4. In the previous 3 examples, we mainly focused on the calculation of amount, subsequently compound interest. Only difference is we focused on different unit periods. Mainly we calculated a small r and n. Here this is the 4th example. It is a somewhat different problem. Here P is 10,000 rupees, T time 2 years, unit period 1 year, and rate is not given, rate of interest is not given, and Ci minus Si, the difference between compound interest and simple interest is given, has 144, and we have to calculate the rate of interest. Here the thing straightly simply applying in formula, you cannot do that. First you should have a strategy what to do and all that. Now this clue is given. Let us assume that R is R, rate is R, R percentage per annum. Okay. Now this clue is given. So for this purpose, CA, compound interest we don't have direct formula. So we have formula for amount minus P, you can get compound interest. Simple interest formula you know that, PTR by 100, that you apply. So compound interest minus simple interest is equal to 144. Then you can get a equation. By resolving the equation, you can get the R value. R value. Now for the sake of compound interest, what we have to calculate? R and N. What is n? How many unit periods are there within 12 months? Now here unit period itself 12 months, itself 12 months. So how many unit periods are there? 12 by 12. This is nothing but 1. N is equal to 1. Next, rate. Rate. Actually, a rate of interest, what we assume? R%. Now, R by N, that is R. R. So, small r is equal to capital R, that you put. Now, here what you have to understand, the rate of interest adjusted for the unit period. Here fortunately, rate of interest is given for 1 year, unit period is also 1 year. That is why R will be R. Now, we have to substitute this one in the formula. Now, you see this first one CI. CI we are representing CI minus SI is equal to 144, you have to write. How can you write formula for CI and all that? Then you see 10,000 P into 1 plus R is equal to R by 100 to the power of T into N. Now, time how many years? 2. N 1, that is 2 only. So, this is for amount. And how can you calculate compound interest alone? Minus P, that is 10,000. So, if you resolve this, you can get compound interest. Minus, what is the simple interest? Simple interest is P 10,000 T 2 years R. R we are assuming it because it is not given. So, assume it as R and 100. So, if you resolve that, this is equivalent to 144. 144. If you calculate that, if you resolve this equation and all that, then this is R square. R square is equal to 144. Then R is equal to square root of 144 is equal to 12%. So, in this way you can solve this problem. Once again I explain. Actually, most problems you are given in competitive exams are tricky. They never expect you to simply substitute data in the formula. Then, already I told you, now a formula is like a vehicle. Simply having a vehicle, you cannot reach the destination. You must have a roadmap. If we have roadmap is a strategy, and a vehicle, you can reach the destination. So, this is a different problem. In this, what are given, what information is given, P is given, T is given, unit period is given, and difference between compound interest and simple interest is given, R is not given, you have to calculate R. Then what is the strategy? Now, one clue is given. Now, simple interest, sorry, compound interest. How can you calculate? Compound interest amount formula we know, this is, all this is amount formula and minus P, then we can calculate compound interest, and thereafter simple interest, directly interest formula is there, PTR by 100, that we made out, is equal to CI minus SI is 144. If you resolve this equation, you should be mathematically good. This is quantitative aptitude, mathematical calculations you have to make easily. So, then R square is equal to 144, r is equal to square root of 144, that is the rate is 12%. This is the fifth and last example on this concept. This is a different type of intricacy. Here principal is not given. We have to find out the principal, and time 2 years are given. For the purpose of compound interest calculation, unit period is given, that is 1 year, nothing but 12 months. And difference between compound interest and simple interest is given 72, and r is given. In the previous program rate is not given, here rate is given and principal is not given. First what we do, that small r and small n we have to calculate. Small n is 12 months, 12 by unit period 12, that is 1, n is equal to 1, and rate is 12% by n, that is 12. So r and n we calculated. Now what is our strategy? Principal is not given. So let us assume that P is 100 rupees. On 100 we calculate CI, compound interest, as well as SI, and let us equate with 72, and one equation will come. Then we can calculate the difference for 100. So now what is the formula? The formula is this is principal we are assuming as 100 into 1 plus r is equal to 12 by 100, and t is equal to 2 years, t 2 into 1, t n, t is 2 into 1, this minus p. This is formula for CI, minus SI. What is SI? Simple interest 100 time 2 years, rate 12 by 100. Then this simply comes to 24, and ultimately the difference, if you calculate after this thing and all that, 1 rupee 44 paise you can get. 1 rupee, if you calculate this one, you can get 1 rupee 44. Now a simple calculation, if difference between CI and SI is 1 rupee 44, how much is the principal? How much is the principal? We assume it as 100. Now in our problem what is given? The difference between actual CI and SI 72 rupees. If 72 rupees is this, how much is that? Now 72 by 1 into 100, then this comes 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees, and if you want you can cross check also. Now once again I explain, in this problem principal is not given and time is given 2 years. For the purpose of calculating compound interest, unit period is given, that is 1 year, means 12 months, and the difference between compound interest and simple interest is given, that is 72, and rate percentage is given, that is 12%. So first we have to calculate small r and n for the sake of compound interest. Small r is nothing but 12 by number of unit periods, number of months for a unit period, that is 12. Then it comes 12 by 12, that is 1. Next, rate adjusted for the unit period. Rate is given for 1 year and unit period is also 1 year. So 12 by 1, 12%. We have calculated r, small r and n. Now substitute in the formula 100, 1 plus small r 12 by 100, and this is t and n. T is 2 and n is 1, that is 2 square, and this calculates the amount according to compound interest, and this is the p, and the difference comes, and this is simple interest. Simple interest formula, you know that, that is p into r, p into t into r by 100. Then if you resolve this, you can get 1 rupee 44 paise. The difference between CI and SI is 1 rupee 45 paise. Then P is equal to, this is difference CI minus SI is this, and this is P, and the actual difference what they have given between CA and SI 72. How much is the P? Then you solve this, you can get 5,000 rupees. So in this manner, intricacies may be created in numerous models. So first thing is, if you understand concept, everything is easy. So just don't try to apply in a formula. First, as soon as you read the problem, what information they have given and all that, you think of what we have to find out. Now that is the source and destination. Thereafter, apply your brain, get a strategy, then use the formula. Use the formula with the necessary changes, ultimately you can get the answer.